Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
This is Autoline Daily for Monday, November 8th, 2010. I'm Christie Schweinsberg from wardsauto.com, filling in for John. Here's today's top news from the automotive beat. Chrysler reported a $239 million operating profit for the third quarter. However, it posted a net loss of $84 million, largely due to interest payments it made on loans from the U.S. and Canadian governments. This is the automaker's third consecutive quarter of better than forecasted results. Look for Chrysler's performance to improve as its new and refreshed products hit the market. Honda has been the sole engine supplier to the IndyCar racing series since 2006, but that's about to change. According to the auto extremist Peter DiLorenzo, GM will field a Chevrolet-branded twin-turbo V6 beginning with the 2012 season. Also according to his sources, quote, GM is planning a new and very aggressive offensive into motorsports, unquote, now that the company is starting to put the bankruptcy behind it. GM Racing will also be supporting several Grand Am DP teams with Chevrolet engines, as well as be supporting Camaro teams in Grand Am GT. It's ramping up its involvement in NHRA Pro Stock in 2011 and fielding a two-car team of Cadillac CTS-V coupes in the 2011 World Challenge GT Series. And speaking of motorsports, last month we reported that Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin helped negotiate a deal to bring Formula One racing to Russia starting in 2014. And now the AP reports the Russian leader was able to get behind the wheel of a Renault F1 car over the weekend. After getting instructions from team engineers, he took the car out on a track near St. Petersburg. He was able to get up to 150 miles per hour and reportedly only spun out once. After he got out of the race car, he smiled and said in English, "For the first time, it's good." Car sales have been booming in China the last several years, and not surprisingly, it's having adverse effects on the environment. According to Gazgoo, a report done by China's Ministry for Environmental Protection says about a third of the 113 cities in the study failed air quality tests. The number of vehicles on the road in China grew nearly 10% last year to 170 million. Car sales in the country aren't going to drop anytime soon, and that's why the government is encouraging automakers to build more hybrids and electric vehicles. The Wall Street Journal reports Honda is turning to renewable sources for power. It's looking at biomass as a solution to meeting its future energy needs. It plans to build an on-site power plant at its factory near Swindon in southwest England. The facility could produce between 5 and 30 megawatts of juice by 2015, a year before the government forecasts that Britain will run short of power capacity. The idea is to burn miscanthus, a fast-growing, low-maintenance grass native to Africa. Honda is trying to convince local farmers to start planting it by offering them 15-year growing contracts. Understandably, they're skeptical of the risk. It takes 3 years for miscanthus to yield a crop. In completely unrelated Honda news, the company wants you to get fit, and it's enlisting Asimo to help. The automaker has created an iPhone application that works as a pedometer, but it's much more interactive than a simple step counter. Here's how it works. Since Honda has been building robots for years, you evolve Asimo the more you walk. Every 100 paces bumps him up to the next level. After the 1,000-step warm-up, you can enter what's called the Asimo Grand Prix and virtually race around the Suzuka circuit in Japan. As you walk or run, your progress is shown virtually on the track. After completing a lap, which is nearly 6 kilometers in length, you can compare your time to those of other users. You can even share them on Twitter or Facebook. The Run with Asimo app is currently available on the iPhone platform and will be offered for Android phones late this month. After the break, we'll get some of my thoughts on all the EV bashing that's taking place on the interwebs.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
After 100 plus years of internal combustion engine vehicles, the upcoming debuts of Nissan's all-electric Leaf and GM's extended-range electric vehicle, the Chevy Volt, are monumental. But you wouldn't know that reading a lot of the internet comments about these cars. Yes, the naysayers are out in full force, spreading their misinformation and downright nonsense. The anti-EVers, as I like to call them, can come up with a multitude of reasons EVs will never work, for themselves or anybody else. Most are laughable, like the one about EVs being a terrible return on your investment. Newsflash, any new car is a terrible return on your investment, just like the computer you non-progressives type on while sipping your money-losing $6 Starbucks diabetes in a cup. I also don't see anyone up in arms about how almost every passenger car Mercedes sells has an ALG-rated poor residual value, as do most of the best-selling and not cheap domestic full-size pickup trucks. Speaking of not cheap, these wet blankets whine about the high price of the Leaf and Volt. Despite the fact more than 10 million Americans bought new last year, at an average transaction price pushing $30,000, these skeptics claim they only ever buy used, spending no more than $10,000. If you believe that, there's a bridge I'd like to sell you. The cynics deride the Leaf and Volt as coal cars. While it's true millions of Americans get their electricity from coal, research shows EVs still are cleaner than ICE cars when the cost of extracting, shipping, and refining oil is factored in. And electricity can be generated, and is, using cleaner methods. Bottom line, electric vehicles have the potential to reduce U.S. dependence on foreign oil while proliferating a technology that could bring jobs and engineering leadership to our country. But don't tell that to these Luddites, who are no doubt pining for the days of the horse and buggy. And that'll do it for today's show. But before I sign off, don't forget to check out OpenLine, the best automotive call-in program around. The party starts tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can listen in on our website, autolinedetroit.tv, or pick up the phone and join the conversation. Just dial 218-936-6581. Once more, the number is 218-936-6581. And PIN to get in is 2150-2150. This week, we welcome special guest Ann Lutz Fernandez, author of the book Carjacked. We'll ask her why she thinks cars have had a negative impact on society. Whether you agree or disagree, this is your opportunity to interview her directly. Again, I'm Christie Schweinsberg from wardsauto.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.